If you don't have a vocal coach that personally coaches you, who listens to you and gives you feedback, here is the second best way to actually make progress. Hi and welcome to today's video. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Freya. I'm a professional singer and vocal coach from Germany. Now, having a personal vocal coach is the best thing you can do, of course, in order to make progress in your singing and to get good technique, because just like even the best actor in the world, they actually need a director because they see what it looks like from the outside. And it's important that someone tells you what you sound like from the outside, because the fact is that you are inside of your body. Your ears, kind of the way you perceive your own voice is you partially hear yourself from the inside and you partially hear yourself from the outside. You hear the sound waves that come back that are in the room, but you also hear, like when you close your ears, you hear yourself from the inside. So it's a mixture. You don't perceive yourself like others perceive yourself. And you might have noticed if you watch or listen to a recording of yourself, you might think, that doesn't sound like me. How weird is that? And it's the same sometimes when we see pictures or videos of ourselves, we think, well, that doesn't look like me. That's kind of strange because we don't see ourselves like others perceive ourselves. We see ourselves in a mirror. It's really the only way we see ourselves all the time. And that is actually reversed, right? So whatever is left, but it's all, it's mirrored. So the second best way, if you don't have a vocal coach, is to do lots of recording of yourself. And I'm not just talking about audio recording, I'm talking about video recording. Why is this so important? Now, while you may know about how to do posture theoretically, and you think you're doing it, you know how to move your jaw to where there is not too much tension, what to do with your tongue, and how to breathe, how to expand your ribs. You may know it in theory, and you may think you're totally doing it. But I can tell you from experience that 90% of the time that what you perceive is your intention much more than what's actually happening. So when your intention is, okay, now I'm really going to expand my ribs when I take a breath, your perception is you might be doing it a lot. Now, but when someone watches you from the outside, or you watch yourself recorded on video, you might see, oh, it's very small. I'm not really taking a deep, deep breath. And when you compare this to, for example, if you're watching one of my tutorial videos, you see my body, you see what I do with my face, with my jaw, with my body, and what that looks like. And then also in connection to that, what that sounds like. You don't want to just look at your intention. You want to really know, what am I actually doing for real? Not just what I intended to do. And here it's so valuable to record yourself often. Just put up your smartphone and record yourself either while you're doing your warm-ups or when you're doing, when you're singing a song. You might see things. Maybe you're fidgeting a lot. Maybe you're moving your head a lot. Maybe you're tensing your shoulders. Maybe there's tension in your arms and your hands. Those are things you might not even notice as you're singing because you're focusing on something totally different. But my recommendation is that whenever you sing, you want to, of course, focus on specifics. When you do exercises, you want to take one issue, address it, and then really focus on it. And then when you watch the video back, you're going to sit there and you're going to be like having this checklist of, okay, am I actually doing what I should properly do? Or is there some improvement that I could try to get in there? And it's just so important. I see it over and over again. Now, my online masterclass for singers, which currently I'm not taking any students, and I'm going to be taking a break soon here. There's not going to be another round until later next year. In that class, what the students have to do in order to get my feedback, because they're all over the world, they have to record themselves on video. And it's always the same story. In 90% of the time, it's quite uncomfortable for everyone to do the first few recordings because you expose yourself and it's really hard to watch yourself back. to watch yourself like, okay, what am I looking like? And you see all the flaws. You see so many more flaws when you watch yourself back than, as you're doing it. And so that's why in our masterclass, we have something called One Take Wednesday. So every Wednesday, everyone can just do a one take, meaning you just sing something, record yourself on your smartphone, and then you just go ahead and post it. Don't watch it back. Just do it. So you don't have time to judge it and be like, oh, I can't post this because it's not perfect. It's all about being raw and real. And the learning effect really can only be there when you're actually seeing the flaws, right? So record yourself often. And everyone in my masterclass, if you ask them, they would all tell you it has made a profound difference just watching yourself on video. And as a matter of fact, going back in time, if you have a video from like a year ago or so, going back to your archive and watching yourself singing that song a year ago and what it looked like and what it sounded like and what it is now, hopefully you're going to see a big difference in what you worked on during that time. So that is my advice. If you don't have a vocal coach, if you have no one who actually gives you advice, who tells you what you're doing wrong, you have to be your own teacher. So record yourself, but be mindful, be very specific about things. Check like, do I need to work on my posture? What pops out the most? And if you hear something that doesn't sound right, ask yourself if something that happens with your body that you can also see is connected to that problem. I know a lot of times when you don't have correct posture and you don't breathe correctly, or if you have tension somewhere, it will have a huge effect on just the sound of your voice, okay? Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments. Have you recorded yourself often? Or is it something that you just don't like? Maybe you just need to start doing it. I'm absolutely positive that it will make a huge difference if you do this on a regular basis. Build an archive and then go back and watch yourself. Now, I don't take any more students in my masterclass right now, but you can, however, if you want to really check all those boxes and watch yourself and make sure you're paying attention to all the things that are important, you can check out my signature course, Back to the Basics. I have more than 70 video lessons in there that are not on YouTube. I explain in depth what is important, how breathing works, how vocalizing works, how all the registers work, how the mix works, how singing every single vowel and consonant should look, and sound like. And then you can use all of those videos in those lessons and record yourself, and just maybe one week you want to focus on, okay, jaw, tongue, am I doing this? Check out that course. I promise it's going to help you so much. Have a wonderful day, be blessed, and until next time, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing.
Let the sky fall when it